What's up with this beat?
Something I did a few years back. Let me know what you think.
Okay. Got you. Honest opinions only.
Of course, I want you to be honest, but I know it's fire, so. Yeah. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah.
Oh, you slid it in there. Pause.
Pause. Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Here we go. All right. Spit something for people. Yeah. Psych.
Come on, they was waiting.
I bet they was.
That's because you're not,
Bet they
you
was.
suck at that joint.
But I bet they was. I bet they was. Waiting for me to spit something. I bet they was. I bet they was. Waiting for me to spit something. I bet they was. What you think about the beat?
I feel like it's dope.
Set the tone or something for this podcast, right?
Oh yeah, we are doing a podcast. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
set the tone.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the SG Squad podcast. I'm Charlinda,
Shannon here with y'all.
and we here to talk about everything but your mama.
Everything but that.
Everything but that. Because if you talk about mine. But yeah, we here to talk about everything but your mama. Like, we trying to get into the nitty gritty of it all. We trying to talk about real life stuff, reality.
Literally everything.
Everything.
And with that being said, we got a few topics for you guys. We want to go start with the first topic is going to be about love.
Yeah, we got a few topics about love and stuff. But before we do that, can we just talk about, a few things regarding us? Like, can we just introduce ourselves still
Oh
real
my
quick?
God, how can I forget about that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you can start
You want
off.
to start from now, ladies first.
Come
Ladies
on,
first.
we're married. I know chivalry not dead, but come on.
Still ladies first.
All right. Well, I'm Charlinda, and I'm married to this man.
This man, y'all heard
I
this? This
love
man.
it. I'm married to Shannon. We're the Gorhams. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. Currently residing in Connecticut. I'm not gonna tell you the city. We both serve in ministry together at Revival Church, and we're entrepreneurs. And we just, I don't know. I don't want to give too much yet because I'm the type to keep them guessing about me.
I felt that. Well, I guess I'll be the next one to go, of course. I'm Shannon Gorham, as you all know, the organist, well known in Connecticut and a few other places. I'm an organist, piano player, producer, and I have a lot of other things that you guys pretty much are familiar with. But just want to name those. We're also here to say that I'm looking forward to doing this podcast. I'm very, very excited. This is like my first time actually doing an actual podcast with my wife, and we're doing this together. She pulled me into this, and I thought it wasn't gonna be that, but now I'm actually thinking, this might be great.
It be that for me. It be me saying something gonna be good, and he fight me tooth and nail, and then be like, you know what, you was right.
She was right. Yeah, it was
You
right. It was
you
good.
was
It was
right.
good,
You
yeah.
know that's why I married you.
But yeah, this is gonna be good. I feel like we got a treat for you guys with this.
Yeah, I feel like y'all in for a treat. I feel like, this podcast isn't just going to be just, solely on one thing, right? Like I said, we're going to be talking about reality, lifestyle, music, fashion.
Yes.
Like, for instance, today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day
Yeah,
to all
happy
the couples.
Valentine's Day, y'all.
What's
To everybody.
up?
Yeah.
Well, happy Valentine's Day to all the couples. Everybody that's, single. I mean, happy Valentine's Day to you because Valentine's Day is just not about, you know, who I'm with. It's to spread love. And I feel like I want to spread love to everybody. I hope you have God in your hearts because God is love.
That's right.
But, what you think about that?
God is
Valentine's
love.
Day.
Love is God. And also, with that being said, I just feel like Valentine's Day doesn't have to assist of being the fact that you are with somebody. Um, I used to think that. I used to think even in like growing up, like you had to have a girlfriend or you gotta have somebody, you gotta have a boyfriend or whatever the case may be. You feel like, oh, you gotta buy them something for Valentine's Day, and then, if you don't have a Valentine's Day person, you shouldn't be
It's like you can't partake because
yeah,
nobody asked you to be their Valentine.
right. And I don't know if that's how it. Well, now I feel like that it shouldn't be like that. I
I
feel like
mean,
even, you can have Valentine's Day with your mother, or even if you have kids, your daughter, for instance, so they can understand, like this is Valentine's Day, and also, I love you. So with that being said,
I appreciate you
here
here,
you go.
you
This
know?
is a gift.
Yeah. So, like I said, today is Valentine's Day. And so this is like the couples edition. This is like our intro to the podcast world. Our YouTube channel is going to consist of more than just our podcast. We're going to try to get more in depth into, showing you different, content.
Yeah,
But when it comes to our podcast, we're going to be very open. We're going to have some guests. We're going to get
yeah, we
some
got
good
guests coming
guests
for y'all too.
coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, you can call in and you can talk to us and ask us questions, and you
Right,
know we want to get in tune and personal with y'all, and so we want to show y'all the real Shannon and Charlene,
right. The real us, y'all.
the real us. I mean, we show y'all the real us, but
Anyways, but
we want to let y'all talk to us. We want to talk to y'all about our thoughts about life and what's going on in the world today and stuff like that. But so I feel like we were gonna do this podcast, and we were waiting to do this podcast for a long time, but we see so many people doing it.
right. Not debating. I'm like,
We
I
like,
don't know,
oh.
because you got this person doing it now and that person doing it. I don't know if
But
this
then
for
I
us.
heard this little I heard this voiceover saying uh the market is oversaturated, but the girl said, but there's not a you there.
Wow, that was deep.
Right. So,
Yeah,
that was confirmation for us to do our podcast. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And so, just welcome us into the podcast world.
Right, do it the SG Squad way.
Give us
You
a
know what I'm
hug
saying?
into the podcast world. So yeah,
Yeah.
like we are excited, and so yeah, we want to get right into it. We got a few topics for y'all. We want to talk about a few things, and get out y'all way because that was mad churchy.
It was, but definitely get out y'all way because it is Valentine's Day. I don't know if they
Yeah,
want to be listening to
I
us the
don't
whole
know
time.
what y'all about to
They
be
might want to do,
doing.
yeah, they want to get to it.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, so when you think about Valentine's Day, you think about what?
Oh, first topic, love, right?
Love.
It is.
Love.
What do you think love consists of, though?
Love is patient. Love is kind.
Mm, that's so
Love
cliche,
is
though, right?
felt most when it's genuine. But
Come
I've
on,
had my share of love.
you gotta, you gotta do. That's so cliche to me. You gotta like, come on. People want to hear more, like
Yeah,
when it comes to love
in all
in
seriousness,
your way.
right? In all seriousness, love is appreciating who I am, accepting me for who I am. If you tell me you love me, it's because you accept me, and you not tolerate me, but you love the fact that I'm gonna be Charlinda regardless. And not only that, you understand and you respect my boundaries. You respect my personality. You tell me when I'm wrong, even if I fight you tooth and nail. You still tell me when I'm wrong, and we can talk it out, and we can accept one another for our disagreements. And I feel like that's love for me. You said in my own
Yeah, in
way,
your
right?
words, your own
I
way.
feel like that's
Absolutely.
love for me. I feel like you know, giving up on me is showing me that you just don't love me.
Mm,
That's just me. What you think?
Honestly, I feel like love is what it does. Now, when I say that in my
Bars.
way, is if you love me, I don't want to hear you just say it. Like I'm the type of person. I think I've always told you this. I said I feel like the only way I know how to show love is to actually do something,
Pause.
something nice.
Okay.
Yeah, pause, pause. That's not good. Do something nice. Do something nice for my wife, or even do something nice for somebody that I love, like that I really truly care for. Like I can easily be like, "I love you," and at
I
the
love
end of the
you.
day, what is that? What does that? What does that mean? Like, what? How
Fact.
do I know that?
Like, like
Like,
you
or
can say it.
how do you know that I love you? How you know that?
So
I
you
gotta show you.
so you're materialistic.
I feel like I am, but also, who wouldn't be though? I feel like if
I
you
feel
really love,
you.
because how else can you show? Or I feel like I have to put some type of action behind it, right?
It's different, yeah. I mean, that's that's your way of love.
Yeah, because if, and I'm just going off of me. If somebody say, "Yo, I love you," all right, I love you too, but
So
what?
so for instance, this is you. I love you. I he said he loved me. She said she loved me. They said they love me. I'm in a bind. Do you love me? I need your help.
Or not even in a bind. If you love me, what can I go off of? What do we?
Do you come to my parties when I invite
Right,
you?
right,
Do you come to see me about me when I'm sick? Do you check up on me when you haven't heard from me in a while?
right. Look at that. That's not even. I'm not even asking for much. Maybe a phone call that lets me know that you were thinking of me,
That's love. That's love.
right?
Because, Jesus put it into action. What'd he do?
Jesus, even
He
more.
went
He went
he
to the
went to
cross.
what he do at the cross?
He died
Dang.
for all of us. That
That's
alone is crazy.
he
That's
about that
deep.
action. For real, for real.
Yeah,
You know? I can't say that I'm about that action like that,
yeah.
but
That's
I'm about that action for you.
same.
I hope so.
I will hope so. But nah, honestly, it's crazy because I wouldn't
That's
want you.
sticky. That's
It's
sticky.
sticky because I
Sticky.
really wouldn't want
I'm
you to
gonna
do
die for
that.
my husband. He
But
gonna
it's
die for
like
me. He gonna die for me
I
first.
feel like, and I don't know if I'm gonna be wrong about this. I feel like when it comes to the men, like that's just is that just automatic for us? Like if we're not willing to die for our women, then we're not. That's not really.
I don't know. I just never heard that no man has said they want their woman to die for them. I think the woman just said it because they're like, I can't marry my
Or
husband.
not even that. He just said it because to not say it would seem weird. Because if the man is saying it, you feel like you have to, right? Because it's like
Crazy.
no, because it's like dag. I'm willing to die for you, but you at least say it back. Make
Right.
me feel like you would.
I mean, love is so rounded, full of like so much. Like love is such a when you say what is love, that's such a loaded question. Like
But I got a huge one though.
what?
Pause. Love actually is a feeling, right? Too. Isn't love a feeling? But I called it. I called it.
All right, come on.
Love is a feeling. Because if you really think about it, the first time you really like encounter with like feeling like you love me, right?
I
You got
feel
those
it.
butterflies or something.
Feel it. You still get butterflies?
Sometimes. No, I
Oh.
said sometimes because like it depends on the situation at
Pause.
times. I don't. I'm saying I'm being
Do
real.
you
I
get
don't.
butterflies when you see me?
When I see you, sometimes I do. Not all the
We
time,
gonna
but
we gonna edit this
no,
out.
no,
This is
this is the truth.
crazy.
It's the truth.
This
Because
is
think about it.
crazy.
As the time goes on, we've been, you know what I'm saying?
No,
There's
I
always gonna
don't.
be love.
I don't get that.
Why?
I don't agree.
So you're gonna sit here and lie and say you get butterflies every time you see me?
I mean, it may not be
What about when
butterflies.
you
It might
mad?
be a fart.
What about when? What about when you mad? You still get butterflies when you piss at me? When I did something you don't like?
I want to give you a fart, nigga.
No, you
So,
want to
ooh,
fight.
you can't say that. Sorry.
You want to fight?
I mean, I don't want to fight.
You want to
I'm in my
argue?
soft girl era.
Well, you want to argue?
No, don't
You want to
play
argue
me.
your point across, though.
Okay, so my question is, do you get butterflies more often than you don't?
Yeah, that I'd rather you say that.
Okay.
Like,
Because you're saying the times that you don't have butterflies is the times that we just ain't feeling each other.
yeah, or it could be just because there's so much going on.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying? Life is lifing or something.
Okay.
You know?
All right, and that brings us to our next topic, marriage. We are a married couple. And
Yeah.
I think the stigma here is that you're supposed to have butterflies at all times for your husband or your wife. And I mean, sometimes you don't even love your husband or wife because you're going through so much, right?
The love
I
part. I don't
mean,
want to
you
say
love
that.
them, but it's like I don't like you right now.
Right.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with
I
you.
don't you're not my cup of tea right now. You
Right.
just pissed me off.
Right. But you know that it's
You made me cry with that.
what is it? What is it? I want to say that at the end of the day, it's a choice. Now we're on marriage, right? It's a choice, right? It's a choice too.
So you're saying choosing your partner every day is a choice?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I feel like you got to get up in the morning, and you know what? Yeah, you got to get up in the morning and choose your spouse, but you still got to choose your spouse even when y'all just got into the most heated argument ever. You still got to make a choice that this is my husband, this is my wife. I'm still going to show love. I'm still going to stick beside them,
Oh, absolutely. That's
even,
automatic.
right? So, yeah, it's definitely a choice. And when you decide that they're not your choice, that's when stuff starts going
But
downhill.
how does that even that's a good thing. Like that's a good like discussion right there. Like how does that even like start where it becomes like when it even gets to that?
When you take the boxing gloves off.
Mm.
So I feel like y'all both in the ring, right? But y'all not fighting each other. Y'all fighting the odds. Y'all beating the odds of divorce, of financial problems, of what people said, of outside sources.
Mm.
But sometimes we tend to put the gloves on and fight each other.
That's good. That's
When
good.
the whole time you're supposed to be partners, tapping in, tapping out, when one person only got 10% and you got, 80% or 90%,
Right.
you can go.
Instead of fighting, more so should be voicing that, right?
Yeah, like for instance, like I got 50% today. I can only give you 50%. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
now I'm aware of that
yeah,
versus it's you just going off and going crazy and I'm
right.
like, what's going on today?
Yeah, so to answer your question, I feel like it gets to that point where it's like you're not my choice anymore when I take the gloves off and I get out the ring and I leave you to get beat up by the odds.
That's good.
So that brings me to the friends with friends within marriages. Like,
Mm. How does that work? Like explain that more.
that's such a sticky,
Yeah.
sticky,
Cuz
sticky.
cuz my thing is I feel like you can have friends and they can be single friends, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I do think it gets sticky when they don't understand the boundaries or they don't understand like I want to say just drawing the line. There's certain things that respect level, right?
Absolutely, and I feel like as long as you and your partner have an understanding, and I feel like you both have a respect of what you guys' boundaries are, you guys can, trust that I don't have to worry about my partner. If there's ever a friend that he finds in someone, even of the opposite sex, he's going to he's going to notify me of that. And, she is going to set up something with us, or he, I'm talking about husband or wife, are going to make sure that I'm comfortable with that.
I'm about to say so. Comfortability is very important when it comes to that,
I
right?
feel like I feel like if you're not concerned about, because a lot of the times people say I didn't even know about him or I didn't even know about her. That's because you didn't discuss me. Now, if it's business, I understand because you probably have a boundary set where you don't want to talk about your personal, but you're keeping it professional.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to personal, when you don't discuss your wife or your husband, you leave that part of it all out, that's where it becomes sticky.
Well, also, it has to be a point as well with the spouse, both ends, both parties, it has to be to the point where neither one of us or them, whoever it may be, we cannot be the word I'm trying to use. I don't even want to say it's not selfish. It's not even that. The word I'm trying to use is that we cannot be I don't know if you can help me. It's the word I'm trying to. I can't figure the word.
For better lack of word.
Like it's kind of like when you feel like you're not being like you're doing too much. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like when you're doing too much as an individual, and it probably has nothing to really do with you. You just feel like you want to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot the word that I'm trying to. It's kind of like that when literally there's a saying. It's really not to that. You
It's
know what I'm
not to
saying?
that,
It's
gotcha.
not to that, but it's more so of if it's a friend, and as long as you know the friend and you guys are comfortable, that should be fine. And if
Yeah,
you also if you trust your partner,
but I feel like the friend gotta respect the boundaries too. Don't. But also, my partner can't put himself or herself in a situation where anything might happen. If you feel like something can pop off, any little thing, I expect you to. I trust you enough to remove yourself from the situation. And
right?
that's also creating boundaries for yourself. And that brings us to the next topic of setting boundaries, within your relationship and with outside sources, regardless if it's the opposite sex, regardless if it's friends, that married friends, and or family, because sometimes even with married friends, they tend to project their problems on you, and you bring it
Absolutely.
home, or they want you to do what they do, and sometimes what works for them may not work for us, and
Yeah.
sometimes what works for us may not work for them. So I just feel like you got to set boundaries. Like, this is what we're not going to talk about. I'm not going to invite you into that part because I didn't ask my husband. He not comfortable with that.
Yeah, that's
Like,
good.
you're not going to say this about my wife, or you're not going to speak about this in front of my husband because he don't like that, or you're not going to make me engage into something that my husband is not going to be okay with. Boundaries. I am not going there just because your husband lets you, or just because you don't listen to your husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
know
so
what I got
so
going on.
so it's like what works for each couple,
Right. It's what
whatever works
works.
for
Absolutely.
each individual married couple, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
Basically.
And I feel like, when you set boundaries, I said on my social media platform, I said, sometimes loving from a distance is not, I don't want to talk to you, don't touch me, don't look at me. Sometimes that's not that. Sometimes loving from a distance is, okay, it's me, boundary, you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't cross this line. I love you, but you can't cross that line. That's what
Absolutely.
maybe that's what
Absolutely.
that is, right?
Yeah.
So setting boundaries, you gotta be, and with family, right? So family, you gotta know, like, okay, I can't bring my family into I can't bring my wife or my husband into this situation because I know my family. That's your boundary,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
We gotta
Or
know
or
that.
or I don't want I gotta make sure that I put my husband or wife in a space where they don't embarrass themselves because I know how they are, and then I know how my family is. Because you gotta respect your family's boundaries too, right? You
Yeah,
can't just
because
go
you
based
you
off
you
of
know your family.
right.
Sometimes you know your family, of course, most of the time you know your family better than you know your own family better than
Yeah,
the person that you're with or
yeah.
that you're spouse.
But
You know what I mean?
sometimes you gotta set boundaries with your spouse regarding your family.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta let it be known that, honey, we won, but you can't do that, or
Yeah.
you can't talk this way, or that has nothing to do with you. stay out of it, or
Yeah.
don't say this regarding this person. You know,
Right. Right.
like sometimes you got to set boundaries with your own spouse, and if you don't do that, and they're just out here running wild and rampant and saying what they want to say because they know you're not gonna leave them, that's something that might get sticky.
Yeah. It's like starting a fire.
Yeah, I'm still crying because you said you don't have butterflies in your stomach.
But we cleared that. Remember, it was more so
Yeah, I'm
about
just saying. I was being vulnerable with you. That brings me to our next
next
topic.
topic. Yeah.
Vulnerability, man. What you think about that?
Oh, vulnerability is a yeah, it's a tough one, and it's one that's needed nowadays. We got to be vulnerable with the right people.
Absolutely.
Also, with our spouse, being vulnerable with our spouse is very important. I say that because there's a lot of things that I could say speak for us as men that we hold in, and we don't want. Sometimes we don't want nobody knowing, but our spouse at least letting them know, and being able to let our guard down with them, and just believe that our information or whatever we really feeling inside is safe with
Right.
them.
So your partner's your safe space.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Now, exactly, supposed to be. Now, with you being the safe space, you can't beat your partner upside the head because they came to you as a safe space, right?
Yeah,
You
it's
can't
good.
you can't beat your partner upside the head because what they're saying to you you don't agree with. You know, you got to have an open line of communication. And of course, you can have your disagreements, but you got to understand that you don't want to mishandle them because they may not come back to you with that space of vulnerability again.
Right. Yeah, you gonna hold on to that.
Hold on to that because it's hard to get a man to be to be vulnerable, and then it's hard to get an alpha female to be vulnerable.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so I mean, vulnerability definitely plays a huge part in
It takes time too. That's something that can't be
absolutely,
rushed.
absolutely. It takes chemistry. It takes growth. It takes some connecting and
Connecting.
bonding, and you know,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
somebody to break down the walls around vulnerability.
yeah.
Right?
Also, trust. You gotta be
Yeah,
involved.
absolutely.
I think over the time, but trusting your partner who you with will also let them know if they can handle your vulnerability as well.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I want you guys to understand that moving forward, today is Valentine's Day, right? So if your partner decides to be vulnerable with you, some people might be looking for rings because you
Yeah,
do you know what today is? Do you know what today is?
it's Valentine's Day.
Oh, do you know what you did on Valentine's Day?
Oh, that is crazy. I proposed to my wife, yeah. I proposed to her
So
on
there's some
Valentine's Day.
people
Yes, I did.
that may be looking to be engaged by the end of the night. And maybe the man just there's something that just causes them not to do it, right?
Yeah,
So maybe they're going to be vulnerable with you tonight. Don't beat them upside the head. Maybe they don't have the money to bring you to the top scale restaurant. Don't beat them upside the head. Maybe there's something going on. I want you guys to enjoy your night tonight. I don't want you to, take what it is that can be a good thing and make it a bad thing, and now you just don't got them. Or her. It's not just the male; it's the woman too.
woman too, yeah.
So I want you guys to enjoy your night tonight. It is Valentine's Day. And also, I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget about us. We don't want to keep your whole night, but I want you to make sure now that you are following SG Squad.
SG Squad, y'all.
All right. This won't be our last podcast, of course, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Did you enjoy?
I enjoyed every bit
I
of it.
enjoyed as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. And next time, we'll have some guests. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Love.